Oh no, sorry, no. So I'm just down here in Bournemouth Lower Gardens, and I've come across a very interesting display. I think I might know some of those people, but as it apparently today the government, our loving, caring government, have announced a Covid Day of Reflection for everyone to remember all the fantastic choreographed work by the nurses and doctors doing their TikTok routines, the sacrifices made by millions of furloughed Britons to sit on their sofa watching Netflix while their civil liberties were eroded around them. And I think what I've found here is what you might call a counter demonstration. Died suddenly, why? The vaccine's death toll is now over 250,000, and I dare say that's out of date by several years. So some of the perpetrators, obviously behind this whole scheme, and as Whitty himself said, worth reinforcing the fact that the great majority of people won't die from this. So why did they lock down the entire population? These are the questions we should be asking on the Covid Day of Reflection. And here's just a tiny, tiny fraction of people, perfectly healthy people, who were killed by the experimental procedure. And then here's a great placard. How did this happen? Who's to blame? Well, certainly there are those more responsible than others, and they will be held accountable. But again, truth be told, if you're looking for the guilty, you need only look into a mirror. And that's the truth, isn't it? Because all those people sitting around watching Netflix, furloughed, not giving a damn about their civil liberties when they should have defended those on principle, enabled this to happen. So that is very much something to reflect on. And as it says in this mirror, I will not comply with another lockdown. Because that's how it all starts, isn't it? We're wise to it now. I know why you did it. I know you were afraid. Who wouldn't be? War, terror, disease. A myriad of problems which conspired to corrupt your reason and rob you of your common sense. Fear got the best of you. And that's the point, isn't it? You could trade security for freedom and you'll end up with neither. We need more of this. People calling for justice for COVID crimes. Some sad mementos of the mass psychosis that happened. People knocking saucepans and pots and pans together in a kind of mindless ritual. Anyway, there's a lot of people out today in a nice sunny day here in Bournemouth Lower Gardens, Got the regular stand in the park people, because as we know there's a much bigger agenda behind all this. There's Steve from Yeovil. Would you like to say a few words on this Covid Day of Reflection?
Do I need to say?
Oh yeah, Steve's big issue, well all of our big issues really, is the white haze.
And
ongoing planes trailing. So, how does this all fit together? Well, it's really to do with... I'm live on Facebook, by the way, that's why I'm talking like this. Yeah. Yeah.
What a lovely scene you've got for your Facebook.
I know, lovely scene. Yeah. There was one person.
If you're lucky, you might spot a military helicopter, Chinook or Wildcat flying past, because they regularly fly up and down the coast, between the east and Yeovilton. So the Royal Naval Air Station over there west.
Yeah.
So yeah, it's actually quite funny.
Yes. And look, still more. Again, a tiny fraction of those killed and injured. Most people just walking past oblivious though. So have we really learned what would happen if they tried to pull this off again? You be the judge.